How's it going, everyone? I'm Will, and I just wanted to show you guys Grammarly, which is a tool that I really like to use and is very helpful to me. And let me share my screen, and I can show you the pros about it, some of the ways I use the product and find it to be helpful, and then also some of the challenges with the product. So let me get started. So as you can see, I have Grammarly pulled up here and I uploaded a text, which was the introduction to my thesis. And I changed some things around to give some errors that you can see. But basically, what the first thing I really like about Grammarly is the simple design. And as you can see, like the text is on the left here, and some of their suggestions for changes are on the right. And it's generally just a very clean, easy to follow design. And I find this to be really helpful because I've used other programs in the past that have kind of helped correct my writing. And definitely this is the one that is the simplest to use. And so that's like a big plus for me right off the bat, like usability and the user interface design. And that's so important when I'm continuously using an app. I even start writing in Grammarly because I think the user interface is so good as opposed to writing in Word or another document and then just copying pasting it over. I really like to work in Grammarly. But basically, this is kind of how you use the platform. So it'll suggest some changes, and there are different types of changes that it's looking for. So it's looking for clarity changes, correctness changes, which are like spelling and grammar, how engaging the text is, and the delivery. And so it gives you measures over here on this right-hand side. But generally, I normally look through right here where they appear in the text. But as you can see, like this is one of the clarity responses. So I don't need this. There are many students across the US in my sentence. It would be much more clear if I just said many students across the US find books uninteresting. And it also, okay, well, that just went away, but it also will make the delivery sound right. So making things sound more positive instead of negative. That's been super helpful. But right here, I'm missing a comma. There's other, this is a clarity issue. This right here, an engagement. So choosing different words because I use certainly and certainly twice in a row. So as you can see, it's pretty comprehensive in um, all of the changes it's making and suggesting to you. Probably the biggest effect I've seen in this platform is that it's improved my writing. And so it's not just a tool that's going to go and correct everything and I can still write really poorly because I have Grammarly. When I write in Grammarly, I find that my sentences get more clear. That's probably the thing I struggle the most with in writing. I sort of write how I speak sometimes, and I'll just put in filler words that we use in speech. And Grammarly has really helped that for me. And I've seen that, and I've written in Grammarly, and I've seen recurring clarity issues pop up over and over again. And it's just helped make my writing better. So I think it's a great tool in that case, not just to, short term get better grades on papers, but also to really try to improve your writing because the best way to get better at writing is to write more. But if you keep writing without kind of having corrections and suggestions applied to it, then you're going to keep going down that same path. But with Grammarly, it's really nice because it'll give you feedback right away and say, that's not clear. You should change this or change the wording of this or change the sentence structure to be flipped and to make it more clear. And so those are all really, really helpful um, to me. One of the challenges I would say, or I guess ethical concerns is if we're using this in school, uh, how ethical is it to have a robot helping write your papers. Obviously, all the words are your own, but then there is, a machine learning algorithm that is helping put the final touches and help structure the sentences of a paper. So it's not entirely your own. In my opinion, I think it's perfectly fine. It's not like chat GPTing a paper and just saying, write me a 5 paragraph essay for this topic, and then chat GPT does all the work. You're actually writing it all out and doing it yourself, but then it's just helping you get better. And I think like that's the most important part. We're all at school to get better with writing, get better with speaking and all these things. And I think this is a great tool for doing that. Sometimes it can also have some too many corrections over here. I think, but that's a fine thing. So you have to be able to pick and choose which ones you want, but overall it's pretty good. And like these overall scores, 98, sometimes you can get a little bogged down if you have to have like 100 on your papers. So I think having some blinders to be able to you know look at your paper objectively is a really helpful thing, and not just saying like, oh, this is a 98 overall score and trying to get it to 100 before you submit. It could make one a little crazy trying to do that. But overall, I think it's a great tool and one that I have recommended to friends, and uh, they have agreed with me and they've really liked it. And I think it's a really great platform, and I'm happy to talk about it and convince others to use it and help their writing get better. So thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation, and I appreciate it.